abuses and a deteriorating humanitarian situation in Ethiopia's Tigray region. The EU says it is allocating nearly $65 million in humanitarian aid to Ethiopia. The Commissioner says the conflict has exacerbated an already difficult situation. Basic needs like food, security, health and shelter are growing. And the UN's Children's Agency, UNICEF, is gravely concerned about the conflict's impact on children. Well, James Elder is the spokesman for UNICEF. He's just returned from a mission to Tigray, and he joins me now from Nairobi in Kenya. Sir, what did you witness while you were there?
I witnessed all the things you mentioned. I witnessed a nutrition crisis for kids where November, when this started, 6 months ago this started, people should have been harvesting. They can't now plant. An education crisis. I mean, we know there's hundreds of millions of kids around the world out of school. These kids aren't not just in the classroom, they're in a conflict zone. They've seen water systems smashed and looted and health systems. Remembering, Becky, a lot of these parts of Tigray are quite developed. There's good agriculture, good universities, good healthcare. That's been looted, that's been destroyed, and yet again, kids are suffering really gravely, and it's kind of getting worse every single day.
Can you just give us a picture? I mean, this has been a conflict that's been going on now, James, for 6 months. Can you give us a sense of the daily threats that women and children face in Tigray?
Yeah, unfortunately I can. I mean, for example, one girl out of so many I spoke to, 16 years old, doing really well at school, nice school, great at physics, liked innovation is what she said. Conflict hit. She loses her brother and her father in a matter of days. She walks for 300 kilometres with her little brother on her back in broken flip-flops. And then when we see her, she's got nothing. She's just looking for a chance. She's looking for food. Now, UNICEF will get her in a temporary learning space and will give her some protection, but there are hundreds of thousands of kids like this. I heard far too many stories from children who'd been raped. You know, like a 14-year-old girl, Becky. I mean, she's a girl, you know. She's brave and clever, but she's a child, and she'd been raped by military. These kind of really, I mean, conflict is always cruel to women and kids. But in this kind of scenario where there's no front line and therefore women and kids are so often in the middle of that conflict, this is being particularly brutal to girls and their mums.
What does sexual violence as a weapon of war in a conflict like this do to children and young women? I mean, what's the impact, James?
It's heartbreaking. I mean, literally, if I talk about the people I spoke to, they're really brave. And obviously, I'm only speaking to those people who, it's a tip of the iceberg, the cases we see, because they're the ones who fought through a cultural barrier of shame to report it, or found our health centre, or got transport, or got through the conflict. And what it does, I mean, some of these are grossly violent, Becky. Some of these were groups of soldiers over multiple days in front of a child or in front of a husband. And what it does is it shatters them, you know. Anyone who hears the story has sleepless nights. These children and their mums, girls or their mums, you've got years of time it takes to get over it. Now, again, UNICEF will be there. We will be there with psychological support. We'll be there with dignity kits and everything we can. But let's make it perfectly clear, you know, that the authorities need to denounce these things very publicly, and perpetrators need to know that there's an accountability, and that sexual violence in conflicts is a war crime, is a breach of international law. But first and foremost, despite all the people who are saying this needs to stop, it's not stopping, Becky. You know, I saw one single centre where we have 3 reported cases a day. It's a tip of the iceberg. It's immensely damaging for children, and it's very hard to see how they get over it. UNICEF, as I say, will be with them every step of the way, but we need the parties to the conflict to stop doing this.
The Biden administration, James, has called for a ceasefire. It has demanded that Eritrean troops leave the country. That's yet to be seen, and you're saying you see no change on the ground. The EU's been highly critical of the Ethiopian government. It's issued sanctions on Eritrea over credible reports that its soldiers are carrying out human rights abuses across the region. What more can the international community do right now to facilitate an end to all of this?
Well, Becky, as you know, UNICEF is non-partisan. We just want to be there for kids. We want to be in every part we can. But exactly those things just need to keep happening. No solution is ever quick, but at the same time, it should be apparent to any leader that conflict has never proven to be an answer in this scenario. So all those actors, the EU has been a very generous donor, by the way, so has USAID, the Americans. So they need to keep making that point very clear. As you say, everything that you hear from outfits of soldiers or from voice and language says that the Eritreans have not left. The people need to live by the promises that they make and enable organisations like UNICEF to keep doing the frontline work we do. If I can just... Part of the thing you're talking about, law and order and security that Biden administration is speaking to. We have these incredible mobile teams. They're nutritionists and doctors, and they go out past the front lines and they'll help a child who is severely malnourished. They'll help a mum give birth who can't get there through the fighting. And we've had, about 16 reports in the last 10 days, 2 weeks, where these people have been threatened by armed forces. They've had their lives threatened, guns pointed at them, told to move on. So as people discuss finding a peaceful solution, in the interim, there has to be unfettered access for agencies like UNICEF, brave people, aid workers, to get out there and do their jobs and reach those mums and kids who are, again, trapped in a really awful, awful situation.
Let's just wrap this up by saying that the UN says over 1 million people have been displaced in Tigray. Aid agencies reporting that they can no longer get international aid into the region. Look, James, as a result, essential food and medical supplies, as you've been relating, are practically non-existent, and people are quite literally starving. How bad could things get if people continue to be denied access to humanitarian aid, finally?
Horribly bad. And we struggle sometimes with all the conflicts around the world, places like Yemen, but we will see the deaths of children, utterly unnecessary deaths. We will continue to see, as you say, food and security. These are fundamentally critical things. And right now, Tigray is receiving less of those than almost any other conflict zone around the world. So we will see mothers, walk miles and miles only to get to a health centre that's been looted and watch their baby die in their arms. We'll see unnecessary deaths. UNICEF will do everything we can to prevent that, but we are an aid actor, not a political one.
With that, we're going to leave it there, but we thank you so much for joining us. I'm sorry that we had to speak under these circumstances, but speaking to you is so important. James, thank you. Coming up, India's healthcare system is bursting at the seams. People are sharing hospital beds while others are dying, waiting for oxygen supplies. We'll talk to one leader in charge of the COVID response, or lack of it, there.